The Overwatch Finals are happening this weekend, and it's the biggest Overwatch event of the year. 20 teams in the league, and 12 have gone through to Anaheim in California, and London also being one of them, which is very exciting. I'm now joined with Patrick Dane on the show, an esports journalist. We're going to have a little chat about these finals coming up. How are you, Patrick? You okay?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Obviously, we're on the other side of the world, so it's pretty early for me. But
Oh,
we're,
bless you.
it's all in good fun.
Early start for you as well, and straight into Overwatch. How fun. So, for those of you who may not know how the Overwatch League kind of final works, can you tell us a little bit about how it all kind of goes down? It's how it's going to happen over the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. So the league starts with 20 teams, as you said, and they've kind of been fighting against each other all season. There's two divisions. There's Asia and there's the West, and they fight against each other. Essentially, 12 teams have come out, and since the beginning of this week, all those teams have been fighting in a doubles tournament. And now we're kind of getting to the very tail end of it, sir.
Absolutely. And have you been following it right from the start as well? Have you seen the kind of teams flourish? Have you had any like favourites go out and you think, oh,
Yeah,
they've smashed that?
I mean, I've been a day one Overwatch League guy, so I like all these stories and like seeing all this, the flavor of all the teams and like what they all mean and their histories and all that kind of stuff. So it's been awesome to see and kind of see as we've narrowed down to like the teams that are remaining,
Yes.
like all these stories and how everything's kind of played out. It's been the Overwatch League has so many stories within it, and honestly, that's one of the most exciting things about the entire league.
Absolutely. And which teams do you think we should be looking out for over the weekend? Are there any in particular you think, oh, they're going to do really well, I think?
Yeah, so I mean, like we're pretty much down to three teams at this point, but they're so the teams that are left are the San Francisco Shock, and they have one of the best players. There's the player called Proper, who just won Rookie of the Year. A lot of people
Right.
is going to win the MVP of the year as well, and he is pretty much the best player who's ever touched the video game. But he is an exceptional talent. And then there's also, but the actual favorites are probably the Dallas Fuel. They have less like one standout player, but they're dubbed the hive mind. They work in an incredible way, and the synergy between the teams is exceptional. And the meta that has come out during this, um, this finals, that they are exceptional at it. And so it's been really awesome to see that. But then there's also the Houston Outlaws, who are on like they're one of the people didn't expect them to get this far, so they're also on a bit of a fairy tale run, and they're also personally my team that I support. So it's been awesome to see them get this far, and hopefully their fairy tale story they can get through to the grand finals and have that final game against Dallas, which is also a Texas rivalry. The battle for Texas, as it's known. So it'd be awesome
Absolutely,
to see.
you've got to support your home team. Do you know what I mean? You've got to back them. That's all the way, all the way. That's the way to go.
Right.
I mean, do you think the Overwatch League is doing sort of like more generally? Because there has been some trouble and rumours with like sponsorship and
Absolutely.
staff leaving and that kind of thing. So how do you think it's kind of going? Do you think there are some things going on behind the scenes, maybe a little bit?
Yeah, so it definitely throughout the season it's been complicated. The viewership has kind of been lower than, as you said, there was a long time where they couldn't get sponsorship and stuff.
Yeah.
However, things, especially since Overwatch 2 has come out, have actually been looking way up for the league. I think Overwatch 2 has stayed at the top of Twitch, which is like honestly surprising to me. I thought it'd do pretty well, and then kind of peter off a little bit, but it still remains, I think, like the third category in Twitch a month later after coming out, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then also you have the on YouTube. I think we've been hitting 2,000, 200, 500, 250K concurrent viewers on YouTube during the finals and stuff, which is way higher
Wow.
than I think anybody expected. Especially in the grand finals happening today, like it'll be really fascinating to see that number go up. And as we started seeing um, sponsors, which has been very funny because the crowd has been so excited that the Overwatch League has a sponsor. Anytime you see the name Butterfinger come on screen, and the whole crowd goes crazy.
That's the
it's,
way.
if everyone wants to sponsor, everybody who wants to sponsor Overwatch League, you have incredible fan engagement because they're crazy for the sponsors. It's a strange phenomenon.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I think it's really defining its own space in the esports world now, isn't it? I think it's really moving forward. Like, do you see it like having a really kind of bright future in the esports kind of world moving forward, Overwatch?
It de- there's definitely challenges ahead and hurdles to come over, and like I don't think we'll quite ever see reach like the levels of league and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a fascinating league, and I think take the time and understand the stories that are going on. It's something that is really, really awesome. And like I said, there's a lot of signs, especially at the tail end of the season during these playoffs, that that there is a future, and like there's definitely something worth fighting for in this league. That everybody who is so invested in it, all the fans, like it's one of the most passionate fan base. I'm convinced it's one of the most passionate fan bases because we've all been through it, and it feels really awesome to start seeing those numbers start rising, and everyone be excited about the whole league again.
Absolutely. I mean, the skill is absolutely fantastic as well. I mean, I've only just recently played Overwatch myself, and the skill that goes into it is such a skill, and you need to really invest in whether you're a tank or you're a hero, or you have to really, really kind of go there. Are you a big Overwatch player yourself,
The
Patrick?
players. Oh yeah. I've got something around 2,000 hours in it,
Yeah.
so I've certainly done my time, and honestly, like I do genuinely think, at least in the first-person shooter space, like Overwatch League players are built a bit differently because they have to
Yes.
manage so much information at any one time, and it's a lot more specialized. You can have great shooters, and then you can have great tanks and great healers and stuff. And there's a little bit more diversity in like who just the amount of information that anybody's processing at any one moment is feels way higher than something like Valorant or CS:GO or something.
Absolutely, yeah, the concentration is unreal. So what do you think we'll see from the new hero today, Patrick? Do you have any sort of inkling, or is it you're not too sure?
Yeah, so I think that there's some interesting fan theories out there. There's a guy called Malga who a lot of people think there are, and there's a mysterious uh, robot that, or an Omnic, I guess I should say, in the Overwatch parlance, that turned up in one of the cutscenes at the end. I think so. Those are the two that people think are going to be it. And we know he's going to be a tank. That's
Yeah.
been said already. So it'll be really exciting to see who it is, basically. So yeah, it's going to be awesome that, and like I said, hopefully that gets a lot more interest in the finals and stuff. So it's going to be a win-win, I think.
Absolutely, it's all to play for. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and good luck for your team as well this weekend. Fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.